So after this past week's win against the Los Angeles Chargers, I was scrolling through Twitter and I saw that the Packers are somehow the 8th ranked team in the NFC right now, meaning that we are only currently, at the making of this video, one spot away from being a playoff team somehow at 4-6, which is honestly mind-boggling. Just a couple weeks ago, in the midst of the losing streak, the Packers seemed to be a team in the running for maybe a top 5 pick, and now we're on the other end where somehow there's technically a chance the Packers could make the playoffs if things go perfectly well. Here's a look at the playoff picture right now so you can see for yourself. We got the Eagles number 1, Lions 2, 49ers 3, Saints 4, Cowboys 5, Seahawks 6, Vikings 7th, and then we have the Packers at 8th. And I was looking at the NFC playoff seeding from last year, and the worst record to make the playoffs was the Seattle Seahawks at 9-8. So if we really wanted the Packers to make the playoffs, they would likely need to be at least 9-8, which with them currently being at 4-6, means they would need to go 5-2 for the remaining 7 games of this NFL season. And I'm just happy to be making this video because we somehow are only one spot away from the playoffs. Clearly, as a Packers fan, this excites me. And there's that part of me where I almost don't want to get excited because just in 2 weeks we could be 4-8 and the odds of us making the playoffs could be pretty slim to zero. But still, there's that part of you inside where it's like, well, there's a chance. This sounds crazy. Do I want to believe? Do I want to get myself thinking this way? Or should I just say, Pat, like, we're going to, we're a mid-tier team. Hopefully we have we'll have a solid draft pick. I don't know. It's interesting. Now, let's look at the Packers' remaining 7 games to see, is 5-2 the rest of the season even possible? We got Detroit and Kansas City as the next 2 games. Probably 2 of the harder games for the Packers this season. And maybe we can win one of those games. The Packers have looked better. They looked better the past week. It was against a bad Chargers defense, but there are lots of positive signs on this Packers offense. Maybe if they can keep that up, keep growing, maybe they have a chance here. And then we have New York Giants, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Carolina Panthers, Minnesota Vikings, and then the Chicago Bears. So those final 5 games, I don't think there's a really elite team in there. Lots of winnable games for the Packers. I think we'd better reassess this after the Lions game, after the Chiefs game, to really see what kind of Packers team this is. Just because there has been so much inconsistency. We had our 4-game losing streak. We beat the Rams with a backup. We lose to the Steelers barely. We beat the Chargers, which I think is a big win for Jordan Love, beating Justin Herbert. The defense, for the most part, played good enough to allow the Packers to stay in that game and win that game. And this is a better team than I think the Packers had in the beginning of the year, just with all of the young talent improving and taking steps forward. So if we can see more consistency the next few weeks and the Packers keep stacking up wins, things could get pretty interesting. I hope they get more interesting. I hope that this continues to be a discussion, these playoff seeding videos, because in a few weeks it may just be like, nope, we're 4-9. That was fun for a week when we thought maybe we had a chance at the playoffs. Some people probably say, I'm not going to believe for that. How could that even happen? But I mean, we've seen the crazier things happen in the NFL. The Packers last year seemed like all hope was lost for the playoffs. They go on a winning streak. So I'm just going to sit back here, be an observer, and hope the Packers pull off a miracle soon, and we'll keep an eye on these playoff seedings. But that's all for this one. If you want more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below.